his team and being a better football player.
You mentioned Donovan bouncing back with a big game, but this whole team bounced back, and they showed a lot of that resiliency at the end of last year. What is it about this group that is able to bounce back like they did even today?
Huge. They have a high care factor. You know, they really care about each other. And when you have that, you know, they play for each other. This group is, it really does play for the guy to the left and the right, and they're believing that more and more. And so there's so many less distractions whenever it comes to stats and all that. You know, the more you win, the more everybody gets what they really want, and they're understanding that. But they, you know, they had that. You know, I've said it before. I think Sonny really started instilling that and let me piggyback off of it, and you know, we're just going to keep pushing that care factor.
Mason in the back and Justin.
Back to Donovan. This seemed to be the cleanest game that he's had all season, and maybe since he's been a starter at Texas Tech. Was there anything in particular that you guys honed in with him between NC State and today?
One of the biggest things that Kitley did was on early downs, he really spread them out. And so it gave us a really clean picture for Donovan. You know, we were able to motion to get to where we wanted, but it gave him a really clean look. And that was our game plan, you know, really to try to clean everything up for him. You know, we kept the options, but we also had some things to where, you know, he'd look over and Kitley said, hey, run this. I mean, just run it. And I thought that, you know, allowed him to play free, and just have, you know, just be himself. And it's funny, last night I met with the captains, you know, and I didn't say it, I didn't want to say it to the team because some guys would put too much pressure on themselves, but when I met with the captains, I said, you know, big time players make big time plays in big time games, and I said, this group, it's time for y'all to go win a game. And I said, Donnie, that means you got to run the football 12 to 15 times, then you do, and he ran it 15 times today. And had some big runs. You know, if he doesn't slip, you know, we went in with a touchdown right there. Wolff's probably fired up because he got to kick the game winner, and I'm proud of him. But I thought our main players that really have to step up, Miles was in that group, Krishan was in that group. In fact, when I went in the locker room, the first person to greet me was Krishan. He said, hey, big-time players make big-time plays, Coach. And that was a huge knockout and fumble.
You've had a lot of big wins as a high school head coach. Where's this rank all time for you as a head coach?
You know, it's pretty big because I wanted it so bad for our guys. You know, I mean, they'll be the first to tell you they had a bad taste in their mouth last year whenever they went to Austin. And so I thought they were very focused this week. They knew they were better than what happened last year. And so it's really big for the team. It's big. Once again, you can push the envelope of, you know, how hard we practice and play coming off of games like this, because they just don't give up. They just keep fighting.
Go to Justin on your right.
Coach, how big were those turnovers, and just kind of speak about how solid your defense has been for the first 4 weeks?
They were huge. I think we won the turnover battle for the first time. I know in the last 3 games we won it for the first time. You know, it was really big. That last one was huge from the standpoint of, you know, we knew exactly what we had to do. And we were in field goal range right there, so it took a lot of pressure off of us getting that turnover in overtime.
We didn't see much of Hendrick here today. Was there anything wrong?
Yeah, banged up. He'll be back tomorrow. He'll actually practice tomorrow.
And what was their game plan, kind of getting Cup and Tharp more involved today?
You know, I thought we like the matchups. I mean, we like to match up anytime we can get Mason on a safety or a corner just because he's so big. But we felt like that they could get lost a little bit, and they did. The touchdown that Baylor, he did a great job. Should win an Oscar for his acting job because he did a great job going out and stock blocking. It was an end-go play, and man, it was there. And what was good too was there was so many things that, you know, I'm listening to Kitley on the headset, and he's saying, hey, it's there. We worked on this all week. It's there. Just do it, you know. And I mean, he's really kind of talking to himself and talking to the offense. But I felt like we had a good game plan against these guys.
Go to Bill.
Coach, you don't get a lot of yards without the big uglies up front doing
Yeah.
a great job blocking. Talk about how the offensive line performed.
Well, I would tell you, man, getting Weston Wright back was absolutely huge. He honestly had his best week of practice since I've been here. And, I was really proud of him. And it was cool to give him a hug after the game. I thought these guys are growing. Dennis fought through some stuff. He kind of got banged up early. And I was proud that he just kept fighting. Landon, he didn't get to practice Tuesday and played really well. I just think they're coming together. And the thing last night after I talked to the captains, I talked to 6 offensive linemen and the 5 starters and Jacoby, and just ask them, man, they're starting to feel more comfortable, so just fight. That's what in the interior, the O-line, D-line, that's all it is, man. It's just a fight. I mean, you're just getting beat up every play, or you're beating somebody up every play, and they're getting comfortable, and I thought they did a good job protecting Donnie.
For the Sean in there, yeah.
Coach, the question that everyone wants to know is, have you found your kicker yet?
Yeah, I have, man. Him making that kick against Houston to send us in overtime gave us a lot of confidence in him. And a lot of times that doesn't mean you lose confidence in somebody else. It just means that you have a little bit more confidence. We have confidence in Wolff, and man, he came through today. We felt good about where we were at, his last 2 kicks, and almost took a delay on that last one to kind of give him a better angle, but he felt good about it and said he was going to knock it through. So I believe in my guys, and he did.
Coach, on the defensive line front, you had Jalen, also Tony Bradford, too, really making those big plays. What is it about that veteran leadership on that defensive line that sticks out to you?
Man, I'm going to kind of repeat myself, but those guys, man, they really do care a lot. Like they care a lot, and what they're seeing is the harder they practice, the things we ask them to do in practice. What Coach Fitch, he's amazing. There's a reason that I fought like crazy to get him here. He does such a good job with the D-line. They have such a great relationship with him. And the one thing that they're doing more and more now is using their hands. They're so strong, I think just as much as anybody, they had pressure on the quarterback, and I think Jay Book came free once. I think Tony had a sack. And then I thought the end of the 4th quarter and in overtime, it was only one play, but I thought we tackled really well the best running back in college football. And, that was the thing. Early in the game, we were giving up so many yards after contact, and that was just an effort by everybody to get off blocks and populate the football.
Close to 61,000 people here. What does this say about the culture and the environment that you're building here in Lubbock, a win like this?
Well, I've said it. The one thing, and I think we're going to keep trying to prove, they're going to keep proving me right, but we're going to fight. This is going to be, when you come watch us, we're going to play 4 quarters. And if we got to play out overtime, we're going to play in overtime. And I would tell you, the fans today were absolutely amazing. I mean, you could feel the energy. It wasn't Tim today, it was Kitley going, oh my God, this place is so loud right now. And our kids feed off of that, and then I know the more and more we get these sellouts, and we get the Red Raiders behind us, where we get 60 every single week when we're playing at the Jones, it makes a big difference for us, and we got, what do we got, 4 more, I think, here, and there should be 4 sellouts. I mean, I'm asking everybody to help us out. We got some big games at home, and we need everybody here.
Go Steven and Scott.
Coach, do you think this is a win that fans will remember the same way they think about the 08 game against Texas?
It's tough to ever compare any game to that until, we win the Big 12 and play in the playoffs. I mean, that game was iconic just for so many reasons. But I will tell you, I think that a lot of people 60,000 people will remember where they were September 24th, and they'll remember how hard the Red Raiders fought to get the win. You know, and I think it is definitely something to build off of. And you know, once again, you know, beating in-state rival and beating a ranked team at home, you know, it's a big deal.
Coach, would you speak to Miles Price's performance today?
Dude is he's the brand, man. I mean, like I said it, and I was kind of trying to be a little funny, but you know, everybody saw that picture of Tyree and Miles standing next to each other, and Sir Roderick even said stop posting it. And I'm telling y'all, Miles thinks he's as big as Tyree. You know, I mean, he definitely is in his heart, and he definitely is the way he plays the game. And he had a good week of practice, but like last night, just his confidence, the way he was talking, it made you feel he was going to have a good game. He's so tough to cover because he's so sudden. You know, he could be just kind of going in at one speed, and then all of a sudden he's in a different speed. And then because he is strong, I mean, pound for pound, he's one of our stronger guys. He's tough to tackle, you know, and he's tough to tackle in space. Proud of him. I think he had, on this, he had 13 catches for 98 yards, so it's a big day for him.
And then, Coach, the number of times you went for it on fourth down, did you get the sense that your players on the sideline were feeding off of your own aggressiveness to go for it?
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, Reggie could tell you, I mean, we got these shirts for the defense that they got this week, and it says 911 when they call, we ball. And what it means is go put the fire out. You know, if I'm going to be aggressive and try to really attack people on those downs, and they got to know that they've got to get up and play if we don't make it. And, you know, it's to go get the ball back. And they did it a couple times. We had a fourth down stop that was really big, you know, that kind of, because I think that was, y'all can tell me, but I think that was off a miss, fourth down, and they got the ball back and good field position, and we turned around and they went for it on fourth down and we stopped them. And, you know, it shows their toughness and their belief in what we're trying to build here.
Did you think about kicking the field goal on 4th and 1?
No, you're talking about when we didn't get it on the goal line?
Yeah.
No, we wanted to put it in, you know, and they did a really good job at the point of attack. It made push Donnie back left, and, you know, we came up short. You know, I'm anxious to see it on film. I even wrote it down in my little red notebook of, hey, watch that again of where we got beat, you know, because we want to be able to get behind. When you're 6'5", 230, we want him to get behind his pads, and he couldn't because he got blown up at the point of attack.
All right, we'll go Pete and Joe next.
I got it. Hey, Coach, can you talk about Taj and Sir Roderick, what they did for this team today?
Yeah, you know, Sir Roderick had 71 yards. Taj had 45. No, he had 37. Donnie had 45. You know, I'll tell you what's funny about Sir Roderick. Sir Roderick was supposed to be a captain. And he came up to me after I announced captains, and he said, Coach, I'm 0 for 4. I don't want to be a captain. Could you pick somebody else? So he's a little superstitious. But he, you know, I've asked those guys since I've got here to be physical and tough and, you know, take what they give you, and then the big plays will happen. And, you know, he had a big play on the counter. We checked to it early in the game. Should have had another big play on the counter. It wasn't him. You know, we just didn't get it blocked up right. But, you know, really proud of those guys just because they're so physical, and they're also physical in the pass game. They're physical catching the ball out of the backfield. I think those guys, you know, Taj had 4 catches today, you know, that were really big, 1 for a touchdown. And so, you know, that helps a lot whenever your running backs can do everything.
And I know you're a big Ric Flair fan, and the little vignettes they played up, I mean, that really got the crowd going, the one with you and him. How pumped was it for you to have him here with this big win?
Yeah, it was cool. You know, I was excited. I know our fans were really excited, but this week, since it was my turn to play Texas, I was a little more concentrated on the game than seeing Ric Flair, but I was glad he was here.
Joe in the Apple Big Step.
Yeah, Coach, last week Reggie Pearson came in for some pretty harsh criticism, and then today bounces back 2 huge turnovers. Do you think there was something extra for him this game?
I don't know. I mean, whenever I saw the thing that's really tough about college football right now, and there was a couple of plays today that, we're going to have to look at, but the thing about college football right now is if you're anywhere in the white and you make contact, then they're going to throw a flag. They're going to protect the runner, and that was one thing with Reggie, that, I said it first of the week, nobody can ever question how physical that dude is. He's one of the most physical guys. He's a great tackler. So he could tell you at no time did I ever say anything to him about that play. I wish before it ever got to him that a couple guys would have laid out and gator rolled the guy, and it never would have even looked like that. But I do know that he prides himself on a really good football player. And the thing that they really are, I know this sounds crazy. I told a young man that was at practice the other day, probably in 5th or 6th grade, and I said, there's no, you're not a great player. You practice yourself into a good player, and then you practice yourself into a great player. And the harder you practice, the better you're going to play. And the one person on this team that started doing that early and believing me with that is Reggie. And so I think it shows up in the plays. Man, I was proud of him. He's been a guy that's been a ball hawk for us, and I think he'll continue to create turnovers for us.
I didn't see Don was in with him.
I would have asked Don, just in case you're wondering. I would have asked Don.
Hey, a couple more 4th down questions. How much courage did it take to go on 4th and 3 from the 50 with a little over 2 minutes left, where if you don't get it, then they have great field position?
It was kind of like, we felt like we had, when it's 4th and 3, you're at the 50 or on your side of the field, we're going to be really aggressive. We feel like we have really good calls. One reason is because we have receivers that do a really good job of catching the ball. And then Donovan has such a big arm, so every throw in the intermediate to short is really he can make, so we feel good about that. And then if it breaks down, we saw he's 6'5", he's 230, he's going to go get the first down. And so we felt good about that. It was kind of one of those deals because there was 2 minutes left. We were going to have to fend a lot of the clock. In college football, 2 minutes is really not 2 minutes. 2 minutes is more like a 1 minute situation, like what we did at the end and weren't successful. That's more of a 2 minute situation in college football. So we just felt like we could get the first down and felt good about it.
So would you say, of course you also went for it at the -40 early in the first half, or second half. This game obviously has some unique circumstances, and I assume you're probably not going to go for it 8 times every Saturday on 4th down, but this is kind of going to be the norm for you, though, as you're going to
it is. It is. Whenever you look, and one thing that Tim would be the first guy to tell you, that the change in college football right now is how you defend 3rd and 4th down, because people are no longer trying to get the first down just automatically. They might go catch, throw, and miss tackle and get the first down. You usually don't see a lot of guys that are throwing. They're trying to get themselves in manageable, it's called sequencing. And so you're trying to sequence plays to get yourself either that first down if you broke the tackle, or get yourself in a manageable 4th down. And today, luckily, we had a lot more manageable 4th downs to where we felt good about going for it.
Regarding the series against Texas, Kirby and your administration obviously are wanting to continue this and put pressure on.
We should. There's a reason they don't want to, and it happened today, but we should. This is there's a lot of, it should be in every sport. Let's just talk about revenue and sellouts. They have a much better chance of selling out their basketball arena whenever they play Texas Tech in Austin than normally. They have a better chance of doing that whenever we're playing here, or we're playing there in football, or we're playing there in baseball, and so the reasoning behind it, you can see the reasoning behind it, and it's not on our side. I mean, we want to play that game. You know, I think it's good for the state of Texas, and I would hope that the guys that are going to have to make that decision, that are our politicians, would see that and, you know, help us make sure that we play every single year.
And how'd you feel about the job you did on Bijan Robinson today, considering you held him under 100, even with a 40-yard touchdown?
Man, if you would have told me that, I mean, I didn't even know that. If you'd have told me that, then I would have probably bet my house we were going to win the game. You know, I mean, this dude, he's as good as I've seen in a long time. And man, you know, early, I think he got a lot of his yards early, and we played him better late. You know, and if you turn around and if you're going to tell me that Roshan was going to gain 17 yards rushing, man, I'm taking that every day. Thank y'all very much. Wreck 'em. It's a great day to be a Red Raider. Yes, Lord.
Reggie, Trey. I bet Don, I didn't see you. Trey Wolff, Reggie Pearson, we expect. Donovan Smith, Carlos as well. So get started with questions. We'll start with Carlos and then Sean.
Trey, I guess I'm going to ask the obvious question. You made the big one, the go-ahead before. I guess what was your mentality going into both of those field goals? Essentially kind of etch your name into lore, kind of like Jonathan Garibay did last year.
So for that first one, I kind of knew we were going to end up in that situation with the time that we had left, and coaches and our offense did a great job getting that clock down. And I figured, you know, we're going to come up in a situation where we're going to take the win with the field goal. So I was in the net on that side, ready to go, just kind of visualizing wherever I could be on the field. And when we got down there, I knew that big guys up front were going to protect, and then snapper and holder were going to operate perfectly for me like they always do. And you know, those are the moments that we work for. So we're really happy to get that situation, that opportunity, because I mean that's what every kicker dreams of. And then made it, saw how much time we had left, and I was like kind of slowing down on the celebrations, because we've been in a situation or two with Texas where we got to wait till the clock says 0-0-0. So that's what we did. And luckily, we got that opportunity again in overtime. Defense did a great job, like they did all game, and left me with the good opportunity to just do my job and help the team.
So Sean and Mason, then Don.
Guys, talk about the way the defense stood up in the second half. First half, touchdown, they allowed touchdown, interception, and a field goal. But in the second half, they pretty well shut down Texas. What's it say to you that you've got your guys on the back saying, don't worry about it, we'll get you the ball back and we'll help you score?
Yeah, definitely. I would say the first half was a lot of, it was more of us not communicating. Had a few mistakes and just kind of just not doing what we're supposed to do for each other. So once we got to halftime, we had a whole little talk and, you know, made adjustments and stuff like that. So just kind of trusting in each other and making plays in the second half.
Was it a talk from the offense to the defense, or just the offense, an offensive huddle?
It was more of like a defense. Like our defense was on. Like we was just talking to each other, and then more us telling that our offense that we was gonna do what we had to do to get them the ball to kind of make us get back in the game and eventually win.
So Reggie, you were there for both turnovers. What did you see on both of those plays, and how did that just swing the momentum on the defensive side, both instances?
Yeah, definitely. We knew that 8 was their main target, deep ball wise. So kind of when they put him like to a single split or whatever, that was like 90% of the time that's what they throw into. So I knew once the quarterback did his run read, he tried to look me off. I just didn't move. So once he threw it, I knew it was coming. So just made that play. And then the second one, I can only thank Krishan. Krishan made a big play, and it definitely helped our team to get a win. So just being at the right place at the right time for my team.
Put that on front row, Doc.
Reggie, what was the fight like for the fumble?
The fight? Oh, it wasn't a fight. I'm gonna be honest. Got down like so. Once I seen the ball come out, it was like immediate reaction, just to jump on it. It was like a 300-pounder right next to me, so it was like I'm about to get like smashed or something. So it was more of I just had to hurry up and get on the ball, and then thankfully my guys came in and fought for me, so it was cool pulling people off me and lifting me up and just pretty much in the game for us.
Did you ever experience anything like this? I mean, Camp Randall is known obviously as a great environment. Did you ever have you experienced anything like this up there?
Yeah, of course. It's electric there. I love Camp Randall still to this day as well as here. So just now this is my home. So just happy I'm here and happy to be a part of this.
Trey, how did you get yourself back mentally from where you were 2 years ago?
I think one of the biggest things that helped me so much is Coach McGuire preaches a what's next mentality, and we're all the brand. So, you know, something good happens, what's next? Erase that. Something bad happens, erase it. What's next? I mean, started off this game, I had a kickoff out of bounds. I'm just going to walk on the sideline and act like nothing even happened because I know that there's a possibility that my team's going to need me. So the best opportunity for me to be in that situation is to have a level head and not even, get too emotional about whatever I'm in.
Must it help you? You made a big kick, obviously, at the end of the Houston game, and then another big kick at the end of regulation today. It must have helped you, confidence-wise and mentality-wise, to be back at your best psychologically.
We do a lot of work with Tyler Bradstreet here in the facility, and he does a lot for us with our, breathing stuff and keeping our head right. And, every game I'm in, I'm just working in the net when I'm in a situation like that, and I'm seeing it go in, and I'm visualizing everything. So when I get on the field, I already did it.
Just trying to remember, did you get engaged this year?
I got married.
Got married, okay. You don't tell us anything about that?
No,
What's life like? What's life like now?
Oh, it's it's good. It's it's how it was before when we were engaged. It's great because we really build off of each other, and she does a lot for me, and I try my best to be the best husband for her.
If you're a Tech, or is that relationship predate Tech?
I can't marry somebody that's not a Red Raider.
That's a great answer.
Trey, even though that's a short yardage kick for you to win the game, can you even begin to describe how much difficult that is considering the circumstances around it? And that said, how do you keep your mind at ease going into high pressure situations like that?
You just got to really hit every kick the exact same way. Like extra point, 50-yard field goal, it doesn't matter. You just got to make good contact with the ball and then communicate with my holder, Austin. And I know he's going to have it down for me, and I'm going to put it up for him.
Hey guys, can you comment on the crowd? Does it really make a difference when you're down there playing?
Oh yeah, that was the first time I seen us do the wave and the Jones, and I was like, "Yep, they're gonna do this again next home game." So
yeah, definitely. I would say when I'm on the field, I kind of block it out.
Okay.
But when I'm on the sideline and when we first came out and you see the entire stadium packed, it's okay, this is different. So just thankful for our fans and just keep rolling.
Trey, what were the moments like right after you made the game winner? I know, obviously, the crowd.
During regulation or overtime?
In overtime when, everyone's rushing the field. What were those moments like for you?
Closed my eyes, and in about 5 seconds I was getting slapped and punched by everybody. It was awesome. So, I mean, everybody poured out of the stands, you know. Everybody here in Lubbock cares a lot about what we're doing, and you can tell. And from the tents that were put out by Student Gate and how they react after the game, this is very important to them, and we love that.
Trey, on the overtime field goal, was there any talk on the sideline with your coaches about maybe going for the field goal on third down, in case anything happens that, you get another chance to kick it on fourth down?
In a situation like that, I'm just on the sideline making sure that I'm mentally ready to go. And when they say field goal, I'm going to go out there. And I'm not going to look at what yard line we're on. I'm not going to look at what down it is. Just going to look at the uprights and put it through.
Any other questions?
Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Perfect.
Oh, how we doing today? Check mic, 1 2 1 2. I take over for him. Just ask me the question you want to ask him.
Donovan will be here shortly as well. Who wants to start us off with Ariel?
Miles, what was going through your head when you watched Trey kick that field goal?
It's about time. Hey, we should have got that far. Should have got to overtime, but it'd be like that sometimes. I'm just glad we finished.
Like this really just kind of exemplify what kind of culture Coach McGuire is building here in Lubbock.
Yeah, as you can see, we're going to play extremely hard. Like, sometimes I look back in the past and it's like, we may not have finished that game or we didn't finish that game in the past. And to see us finish the game like that, it makes me happy. I'm just glad we did it.
How is it that you were able to stay so composed, and the team was really composed during the comeback? You go down, you drive, you don't get it at the 2-yard line, defense gives it back, and then you're like, time to go make a play.
Yeah. For me, it's just what's next to what Coach McGuire and the staff preaches to us. Like, so what something happened? So what we didn't get in the end zone? So what we're down 14? Who cares? Go make a play. Like, and everybody understands that now. Everybody's starting to believe in that, and you can see it. Like, it's transferring on to the field.
And how did you guys feed off these fans, and how special was, not only winning, beating UT, sending them back to Austin with an L, but doing it in front of 60,000?
Definitely. First, I would like to thank the fans for coming out and just supporting us like that, because this is my first time being in a packed-out stadium here at Tech, so that means the world to me first. And second, that the 60,000 and everybody out there, it just kind of gives like a +5 boost to us a little bit. Like, it's like we just gain a little more energy. We want to go a little bit harder. Like, knowing that everybody's out there supporting us, it's like we don't want to let y'all down.
Miles, so Coach brought up the picture of you standing next to Tyree. He said that. First off, thoughts.
You say thoughts?
No, he said that you, when you were out on the field, you feel like you're as big as Tyree. You have one of the biggest hearts in the entire team. Where's that mental fortitude and toughness come from?
It's really just kind of how I was brought up and how I've always been. I've been playing football a really long time. I've always been the smallest on the field, if not the smallest, the second smallest on the field. So I've always been one of the smaller guys, and I just kind of use that to my advantage. Like, some guys might look at me like, yeah, he's a little one, but I have more heart than anybody in the world, I feel like. Like, if you put me up against a lion, I'm going to try to take the lion head off. Like, that's just how I was brought up.
What does it mean to the guys on the offense that the coach has the mentality to where, if it's fourth and, reasonable, that y'all are probably going for it?
That shows they believe in us, and when they believe in us, we believe in ourselves even more. That just gives us more confidence, If it was me and I was the coach, I would do the exact same thing. I'm going for it. Like, we don't have to put a kicker out there. Let's go score.
Miles, on that
Last drive of regulation before Trey hit the go-ahead field goal, you guys had 4th and 3, and Donovan found you on that. It kind of seemed like a broken play. Can you just talk about what that play was and what you saw?
Yeah, definitely. I just had a simple slant route called, and I seen he was in trouble. As soon as I seen he was in trouble, I got my eyes to him as quick as I can and just find the ball, just track the ball.
Said maybe it was yesterday or the day before that you kind of just, your confidence started to click a little bit. Do you feel the same about that, or is there something that happened this week that kind of led to the performance you had today?
Just really trying to give more and more every week. Like, first week, yeah, we got the win. Second week, yeah, we got the win. Third week, we fell short. It's just like, what's next? Like, give more. What more can I give? Like, how can I be better in practice? What can I do more? What can I do extra? You want to come sit with me, Smitty? I got a spot right here for you. Come on. We can share the mics if you want to. Watch out. You know.
Did you catch 13 against Texas?
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate that.
I didn't even know that.
Thank you. I'm very thankful for the opportunities. Wouldn't be there if it wasn't for Smitty.
Did you think during the week, game plan wise, did you feel like, okay, the ball's going to be coming to me a lot, or is it just how it kind of happened?
Honestly, this week I feel like I had like a really good practice this week. All week I was just giving even more than I gave the week before. So I knew it was going to be a good game for me. I just didn't know how.
I was going to say, let's see, I think it's early 4th, you got, shaken up a little bit?
Nah, I was all right. I was fine.
But you were not happy when they told you got to come out for that.
I was mad. I was super mad. I hate coming off the field.
On there, and they told you had to come off, right?
Yeah, they told me I had to come off.
Donovan, this was the cleanest game you've had all year and probably the biggest game you've had all year. What clicked for you between last week and this week, preparation?
It just starts in practice. I'm sorry. It just starts in practice, in our preparation and everything like that. So we just did a great job of preparation this week. In our practice, like he said, we had a great practice as a whole, as a group, as a team this week. So we just took what we did in practice. We didn't do anything crazy like we said we needed to work on, and that's what showed up out on the field.
You've started against a lot of ranked teams ever since you've been the starter at Texas Tech. How do you feel, going out of the frying pan and into the fire has helped you form yourself as a quarterback?
Yeah, Coach McGuire says, we just take the logo off the helmet, we're not really looking at, what team, what's their history and everything like that. It's just, we're going out and we're going to play against a team, whoever they are. We're going to watch them on film, you are what you put on tape. So we see what they put on film, we see what they bring to the table, and that's who we're playing.
Where would you put this game, power rankings, as how you played today?
I thought it was really good. I feel like I did a solid job. My O-line did great today. The defense did great. We played complimentary football today, so everyone did their job today. So it was just a great team win.
Following up on that offensive line play, from your perspective, what did they do so well? How did they execute for you guys today?
I think, again, just going back to practice, having a great practice. Coach Hamby had them right this week. Everyone, we're just really locked in this week, just our preparation. So we know we got to handle success very well. So this week we're going to do the same thing, celebrate for our 24 hours. But, we have more games to win. We got the Big 12 to win, so we got to stay focused.
You guys have that what's next mentality. How was your performance today kind of indicative of from last week to this week of that what's next motto?
Yeah, I feel like it was really good, and I think it could go to show for everybody, the whole team. You could look at everybody's what's next mentality that they had today. Everyone was very resilient. Everyone didn't give up. So just the whole team. I know everyone was tired. If you guys were out there, it was really hot today. So we had 15-play drives, 17-play drives, and our guys kept fighting. So I was proud of all of them. I know I was tired. I was tired too. So 17 plays is no joke. So.
You guys just mentioned, you forget about the logos and everything, but when you come to Texas Tech, do you dream of beating Texas at home like you guys did today?
Yeah, I guess you can say, it's kind of, you kind of know the teams are like, I want to beat them for sure this time. Like, you always want to beat any team, every team, but, it's kind of like that, the date on the calendar, you kind of want
really beat that one. So especially what happened last year with everything about everyone on social media saying this is why you don't go to Tech, and they were putting up the score and everything. So it's definitely proven wrong today.
Hey, Donovan, the play where you hit Trey deep for 36 yards, y'all had the, I guess I forget, offsides or whatever.
Yes, sir.
So you knew you had a free play, basically. Were you going to look to Trey before the flag, or does your mind immediately shift to take a shot when you know you have the free play?
Yeah, based off of the coverage, I kind of had an idea what I wanted or where I was going to go with the ball, pre-snap with the ball. So I guess you say pre-snap, I kind of knew where I was going to go based off of the coverage.
So you're going to go elsewhere, or you're going to go to Trey?
No, I was going to go to Trey.
You're going to go to
That's
Trey.
right.
Okay. The emergence of Baylor as a receiving threat, which obviously we've known he was capable of that since he was coming out of high school. What's his development been like through the first month, and how did you feel to get him involved?
Yeah, I felt like he did great. The whole tight end room did great. Mason Tharp did great to do. Baylor stepped up and he did great. As you can see, we have very versatile tight ends, big tight ends that can catch, can run, and can block. So I feel like everyone's development is doing great. Baylor has done really good. He's done really good throughout practices. Mason's done really good in the whole tight end room. So they just showed it today. Just another spot we have on our offense of you got to cover the tight ends too, then you got to cover the slots, and you got to cover the outside guys too, then you got to cover the running backs too. So it just shows that you got to be on your A game.
Donovan, overtime, defense gets the turnover right away, take us into the huddle, and then I saw your facial expression when you slipped.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that third down play?
Yeah, I know. My dad would be mad at me coaching running backs. I'm trying to cut off my inside foot, so that's something you can't do. But going into that drive, defense did a phenomenal job. That's like big time what we needed. And then just being composed, it was a great stop, and I just knew we had to finish as a team. We had a long game. We all fought hard, and I feel like that was a win we definitely deserved. So just told everybody to take care of the ball, get what we could get in ball security, and just take one play at a time. So that's what we did. And Trey Wolff finished it off for us.
You obviously grew up here, been in a lot of Tech games. What was this crowd like for you personally?
Oh, it was great. It was phenomenal. I'm telling you, if you guys were out there, third downs, big time plays coming up, it was great. Great atmosphere, and we loved it. We fed off it all game long.
Definitely.
Any further questions for these guys? Go ahead, Chris.
Question on that point, was there a moment in the game that you felt was the loudest in the stadium today?
I think really it might be that overtime fumble. That was pretty loud. Trey Cleveland's catch, big time catch. It was roaring there, so it was definitely just loud the whole game. So especially on that delay of game they had too, that was another big one too. So it was a great game.
All right, we'll wrap it up right there. Thanks, guys.
Sir.